Hello, everyone. We are live today. I'm so excited. We have our guest that was there last week. She's here to take us on health insurance, and I'm excited. My name is Sandra Oko. I'm a Maxwell Leadership Certified Team Member, coach, speaker, and trainer. I'm an IT sales lady of over 20 years, a member of the Toastmaster, and also a best-selling author. So I'm excited to have you on today's episode. We will be talking on health insurance, and we have a guest, Dr. Feyi. Agbeyomi. And before I do bring her on board, let me start with the intro video. So welcome back. It's so exciting having you. We're on Money Matters Life, and basically we discuss everything that's got to do with money, how to make, manage, and multiply money. And today we'll be taking the session, health insurance. We did life insurance last week. And in this series, we discussed all about sales, how you can sell the products. There is no rich or wealthy person who has no product to sell. You've got to have a solution to a problem for you to make money. You also have to save. Savings is one of the ways to raise capital. And this capital can be used in other vehicles like investments. You can invest it in real estate, life insurance, health insurance. And also, this is the first capital you can raise to do any business of your choice that you want to do. So it is of essence that we're able to save in order to be able to raise capital. Before you reach out to help from the banks or any other place, the first thing they get to ask you is, what are you contributing as the equity in whatever business you want to do? And basically, I actually want to let you know that we need to put money aside. As much as you pay your bills and you see your bills to be very important and critical to you, then you should see savings as something that's also very important. You need to save for the rainy day. There can be an emergency, there can be need for money, and you don't want to go around asking for a GoFundMe or asking friends to loan you. So today we have a special guest who will be talking and taking us on health insurance. She is a coach and she'll be able to take us through. I want to read about before I bring her on board. Dr. Feyi has been a medical professional for the past 30 years. She received a doctorate in nursing practice from Grand Cairn University. Now, postmaster's family nurse practitioner from Chamberlain University. She has a Master's of Science Nursing Informatics and Bachelor's of Science in Nursing degree from the University of Phoenix. She earned a midwife degree from Obafemi Awolowo University, teaching hospital, and Wesley Guard Elisha in 1996, and diploma in nursing from the University College Hospital, School of Nursing, Ibadan, Nigeria in 1993. She's very passionate in helping everyone around her, caring and helping people achieve their health goals. And so she's the right fit to talk on in health insurance. Dr. Feyi, as called by her patients, started following her mother, who was a nurse midwife, to the labor and delivery room to support women in labor at the tender age of 11, and has been caring since then for the people. Awesome. As an executive director in the community health for over 18 years, she currently directs a functional medicine practice with medical spa and IV fusion therapy, where she works effectively with multidisciplinary team members. She has been the executive director at Lifeguard Healthcare since 2005. Awesome. She brings her expertise and long years of experience in family and community health to improve the health status and the well-being of the entire community. She writes and updates existing policies using evidence-based practice. Dr. Feyi has very strong leadership skills and has a record of creating a culture of exceptional performance by setting performance and developmental goals, evaluating achievement of these goals, and providing recognition opportunities for team members Dr. Feyi is a member of the American Association of Nurse Practitioners, AANP. Dr. Feyi is the CEO of Ready Writer Consulting and Mentoring Incorporated, a non-for-profit with 501c status where she mentors youth and young professionals in the community. She coaches nurses for NCLEX exam, precept nurses, practitioner, and assists doctoral students with dissertation. And as a licensed life and health agent, Dr. Feyi provides financial literacy and serves as a resource for new business owners in the community. Dr. Feyi is an ordained reverend and a worship leader at Global Empowerment Christian Center. Awesome. She is also a gospel artist. She recorded her first gospel album in 2013. She's been married for 26 years to her husband, Archbishop K, and they are blessed with 3 boys. In her spare time, she enjoys traveling, zip lining, horse riding, water rafting, and spends time with her family. Awesome. It's so great to have her on this show today. So the next person you get to see is Dr. Feyi herself. So awesome to have you on this show today. Thank you for having a repeat visit just last week and this week again. I'm excited.
So thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here and to share with the good people today again.
Awesome. We would like you to take us on health insurance. The last time you had an expose and we really had a great time with you on life insurance. So we want to, hear from you on health insurance and how we can build wealth. Wealth can be.
That's awesome. So last week, thank you again. Welcome everyone to this informational session. And I hope that everyone will learn one thing or the other. Last week, we learned about health, life insurance. And today we're doing part B, health insurance, because they go together. Last week, we learned about the reason why everyone should have life insurance, because that's a replacement leg for you. And also we know that is creating wealth. You can the purpose is to create wealth using health insurance, because that is how the government has set it up to be tax advantaged way of building health. And we talked about the 3 ways that the government will tax you. Tax now. So checking account, don't put your money in checking account. You're going to pay tax on it now. And you also have tax later, which is your 403b, 401k. I'm just saying the common ones. And of course, life insurance is tax advantage, where you don't pay taxes. You can build wealth, accumulate wealth, and transfer that to your, younger, to your as a legacy to your children and children's children, or to your family. So we talked about that. And that's most importantly, you should always save 10%. So if you work 10 hours, 12 hours, the first hour is yours to save for your future. Save that 1 hour pay for your future. 10%, pay yourself and save it, so you don't see it as a bill. Even if you see it as a bill, another bill, I can't afford that now. If you get paid $10 per week, pay yourself first. You are the one working, but you rather pay your mortgage company, pay the light company, pay the cell phone company, pay everybody else before you are working. Remember that one day you will not be there for any reason, whether you die too young, live too old and you run out of money, or you're disabled. What happens then? Who's going to save you? The mortgage company is not going to take over from you. Light company is not going to take over from you. They're going to find somebody else to go to. So you want to prepare for that one day, that period of time you will not be able to, for one reason or the other. Today, we're going to talk about health insurance.
I like to add this. Someday you can also be incapacitated, such that you can move your limbs.
Exactly.
Or you fell, you have a fracture or something, or you're not feeling too well, and you're out of work for 2, 3, 4 months. How would you pay your bills?
Right.
So, but if you've been saving, you can go back to your savings and help for those periods you cannot do anything to pay your bills.
Right. So apart from emergency fund, that life insurance will take over paying those bills. If you're not here, those children in your family will not have to relocate. They will not have to stop their college. Things will still continue to go on,
Yeah.
even if you're not there to provide those needs for them. And if you have money saved, you won't have to, dip into your own savings, because this cash-based life insurance comes with critical care, terminal illness, and long-term care.
Mm.
So those are the advantages. In addition to those advantages, let's even talk about what does those mean. Critical illness, if you have any heart disease, stroke, blindness, liver failure, kidney failure, transplant, Alzheimer's, they will pay up to 30 to 50% of your death benefit, depending on how serious, depending on the severity. Terminal illness, if the board certified doctor in the US tells somebody you have 12 to 24 months to live, you can access up to 95% of your death benefit. Imagine somebody has a 500,000 policy. You can get 95% of that and spend it on yourself. Long-term care, if somebody has any time you cannot perform 2 activities of daily living, just 2, you can't transfer, you can't feed yourself due to stroke or weakness, paralysis, you get 2% to take care of you. Instead of burdening your daughter to call her from work, your partner to stop working, the burden, the stress. If you don't have the money to take care of yourself, how are you helping them? That 2% is $10,000 every month. Now I've heard some people say, I got it through my job. I got short-term disability. That's just half of your income. Most people work 2 jobs. Now imagine when you can't work, now you're getting half of your paycheck. How is that going to come together? So all these things, if you don't know how to, contact me, contact Sister Sandra. Okay? So moving on to health insurance. What is health insurance? It's another plan that can help you to pay for the cost of health in case you get sick or unable to take care of yourself. So that is health insurance basically. And we have different types, different forms of health insurance. But as we all know, in this country, this great America, how is it working? You have health insurance and they tell you what they are going to pay for. If the government is paying for it, my favorite acronym today is WIFM. What does that mean? What is in it for me? Okay. So if the government knows something is in it for them, they will pay for it, period. Anything that there's nothing in it for them, they're not covering.
Oh my God.
So get ready. So things that really work. So let's say, for example, somebody has A1C. I'm not going to speak big medical terms. A1C is that test that shows, how high, how low the average level of your blood sugar over the last 3 months. We call it A1C. If it's more than, 5.6, pre-diabetic. So 5.7 to 6.2, pre-diabetic. Anything over 6 is diabetic, period. Now, if your A1C is pre-diabetic, they will give you, commonly, the first go-to is metformin, the most popular. But is that metformin going to stop the A1C from advancing to a worse situation? They're not going to tell you, this is what you must eat. They tell you on that visit and see you next year. What are you going to do between now and next year? If you keep depending on the government to take care of your health, you're going to miss out.
You're going to be in trouble.
You're going to be in big trouble. Big trouble, because they will not cover what works. So they will not pay for your, as a holistic doctor, I started with Western medicine. Western medicine is where we have two tools in our toolbox. We have a big toolbox and we only have two tools in it. What are they? Prescription medicine or surgery. That's it. Those are your options when you come to me at the time. That's all. You have fibroid, I'll give you prescription to slow down the bleeding. Then I will send you to a surgeon to remove it. So if you tell me I'm 28, I'm 30, I still want to have one more child, sorry, I can't help you because there's nothing for me to use. All right. Somebody is having recurrent urinary tract infection. I give you antibiotics. Do you know that antibiotics is wiping out your immune system, wiping out your good microbiome in your gut? But that's all. That's the only option I have. What else am I supposed to do? There's no surgery for UTI. All I can do is prescription medication. Now with holistic, there are other things in between. I can give you botanicals, okay, that you can take to help boost, multiply your good bacteria without killing them. Because it's going to take another 18 months to build, up to 18 months to build back. So I'm not going to give you antibiotics every time you come for urinary tract infection. I'm considering the fact that I don't want to harm you more than I'm helping you. Insurance will not pay for those botanicals. You have to pay for them yourself. Somebody is having kidney problems. Insurance will not pay for your botanicals to help detox your kidney, but they will pay for dialysis. See? So which one do you want? Do you want to pay for those botanicals to help the health of your organs? Okay. If your A1C is already high, what is going on with your insulin production? How your body is metabolizing? They might not pay for that. Holistic care, they don't pay. But they will pay after you have a stroke. They'll pay for your wheelchair. They'll cover your wheelchair. So when you have insurance, don't think, oh, I got the license, I can go to anywhere. Types of insurance. Now, you have one that is called HMO. It's preventive. You'll pay for your PAP and your annual blood work once a year. But when you have that HMO, if you have a nose problem, you have a nosebleed, you have to go to your primary care first to report. If you have ear problem, you have to go to your primary care first. And then the primary care will send you to your nose, ear, nose, and throat doctor. You have to get a referral. You can't just, oh, see the sign, I'm here because my nose bleed. No. You have to go through your primary care. Okay. Now, there's another one called PPO. That one you can go anywhere if you want, but if you go outside the list that they gave you to pick from, you'll be responsible for the cost. All right. POS, point of service, you can go nationwide. You still pay part of it, so you'll be responsible. So health insurance is, the truth about health insurance is they are betting you'll be so sick, you will not be able to afford it. I bet this government saying, I bet you'll be so sick, you will not be able to pay for it. You will need my help to pay for it. And we say, I believe you. I will need you. There's nothing bad in having health insurance. But what I'm saying is, don't depend on health insurance to take care of your health. Don't say, oh, because they're not paying for it, then I'm not going to take care of myself. There are other things you can also use to support your health insurance. You can have a flexible savings account, HSA, health savings account. Those things cover the gaps of what they don't directly cover. So they don't cover lymphatic drainage, alternative medicine, things that can help drain the sewage system of the body, removing toxin from the body. I'm not talking about colonics. That's not what I'm saying, because that's just to cleanse your large intestine. I'm talking about systemic. You see a lot of people with big swollen eye bags. Something is going on. You see their eyes is yellow. Something is going on with their liver. You see some people, their folds here is folding over, like big fold here. Something's wrong with the kidney. You look at the person, nice to meet you, but you already know what's wrong with them. But they don't know. They're still waiting on insurance. Okay? I'm not going to mention any insurance because we all know the ones that don't cover anything. They don't even cover your smile. And we know the good ones, but because they're expensive, a lot of people don't have those ones. They have the cheap ones where you can use to go to the doctor once a year. And your primary will tell you, everything is okay. If you don't hear from us, that means everything is good. Cap, like my boys will say, lie. Okay? If they say everything is okay, you don't hear from us, you need to go back, call them, ask for your results. Insurance don't pay for vitamin D, for example. They don't, except you're having serious problems. And when they finally check it, you get a bill. You can get $200 bill from LabCorp or Quest because your doctor checked your vitamin D. And the doctor might even get a letter that's, why did you do this? It's not necessary.
Really?
Yes. They send letters to the provider because it's not medically necessary. That's why they don't test it every year. So I test it if I need to test it, and I let the patient know. Do you want to know about your vitamin D level? Because that is your major part of your immune system. And all you cannot control what happens when you go out. You can go to Walmart and stay in line to pay, and somebody sneezed, and they always like they target you. They will face you and sneeze. If they do such thing, they already sneezed in the air, or they sneezed and then you walk behind them. You can still inhale everything they released. How do you know they don't have tuberculosis? How do you know? So the air is always polluted. The air is always contaminated. So the best thing you can do is to build your own immune system. And there is no health insurance coverage for your immune system. You can't go to the doctor and say, I'm here today because I want to build my immune system. There's no such thing.
So that means that the only reason the hospital and the medical centers exist is they want you to fall ill and come to them, not to prevent.
Guaranteed. Your preventive medicine is 1 day in 365 days. Your annual physical. 1 day. That's all they owe you. And that's the 1 day they will pay for. They cover that 100% most of the time. But then that 1 day, they don't test routinely your immune system. They have to test the cheap things that they want to cover. Now, about the vitamin D. If your vitamin D is low, they tell you your vitamin D is low, you need to make sure you take vitamin D supplements over the counter. And then come back again next year to repeat it. So that means for a whole year, you're walking around with your dinged, raggedy immune system. Now, some people, when it's really low, they can give you injection and things like that. That is occasionally that will happen. But most people, my doctor said it's low, so I take vitamin D over the counter. I'm going to check it again next year. That means you're walking around with fatigue, meaning you're tired all the time. Okay, you're supposed to write a book like, my sister here, but you can't get to write one chapter because you're always tired. And some people's destiny are attached to that book that God gave you to write. But because, you're waiting for insurance to pay, they don't pay for my vitamin D. So I'm going to wait till next year to check it again. No. When you want to fulfill purpose, you don't depend on life insurance to cover your health care. Because health is wealth. Some, in America, we're used to seeing people who are on the big side. It's common. All of us were on the big side. So it's not special anymore. Some people have told me that BMI, the BMI scale that we used to know who is overweight,
Obese, and
obese, 18 to 24.9 is normal, within normal range. 25 to 29 is overweight. Anything over 30 is obese. I'm overweight. But I don't want to be skinny though. Okay. So somebody says, oh, they didn't use black people when they made that chart. Okay.
sure.
They didn't use black people. How can it be? How can I be obese? How can I be, overweight? Well, my advice to you is take care of your health. Don't wait on the insurance company to take care of you. Whatever you need to do, just go ahead and take care of yourself. So health insurance sometimes. So when they say, okay, you are obese and you're pre-diabetic, you're just pre-diabetic, I'm going to give you metformin, and your cholesterol is high. It's a little high. It's 209. It's supposed to be 199. It's not high yet. Just watch what you eat. See you next year. They're leaving your own health back into your hands. They're not going to knock on your door to say, in 3 months' time, how has your cholesterol level improved? How has your A1C improved? No, until next year when you come back again. And then there was, oh, last year it was 209. This year it's about 219. Continue to take that metformin. And then you go again for another year. Be intentional about your health. Your health is not the responsibility of your primary care doctor. It is your responsibility.
It's in your own hands.
It's in your own hands. Your future, your present, your health is in your own hands. After you pray, if you pray to God and God is doing his part, making you wake up every morning, the rest is in your own hands. Do you exercise? I don't have time. We don't have time. But you have time for doctor's appointment. The doctor has nothing to do with it. Okay? We have codes. We call it CPT codes and diagnosis code that we use to bill. Every visit that you come, we'll bill the insurance company. They will reimburse for that visit. But your health is in your own hands. So when they tell you exercise 3 times a week and you don't do it, nobody's going to put a gun to your head to exercise. Nobody's going to put a gun to your head to make sure you eat healthy. So when they tell you you're pre-diabetic, your cholesterol is high, and you start giving excuses, oh, everybody's cholesterol in my family is high. Oh, really? Are you willing to make the genetic or historic high cholesterol and heart attack and stroke stop? I have declared I'm not going to participate in all. You have to be determined. You have to be intentional. I don't care. It's very common in the people who are in their mid-40s. So I'm waiting, and you are expecting it because you're in your mid-40s. No. That's when you should say, I am not going to participate. I am exempted from every diseases. You declare it, you walk, you do the walk, and you put yourself into action. That's when you eat right. That's when you exercise. and be determined that I will not partake of all these diseases that is common to my age group. You don't have to. You have to let go of yourself. Age is just a number. Otherwise, we won't have 100-year-olds, running marathon. You don't have to be in wheelchair. So depending on health insurance is going to determine how your old age will be. You don't want to depend on your health insurance that you have to take care of your health, because there's something called quality over quantity. Somebody can be 85 years old and don't even know where they are, don't even know their children or their grandchildren. Why? Because of so many toxins has damaged and blocked their reception, and they have Alzheimer's, damage their memory. But they will cover you for Alzheimer's home, but they won't cover how to prevent Alzheimer's. I hope you're following what I'm saying. So we have identified they will pay for your Alzheimer's unit. They will pay for dialysis. Those are the things they cover typically. They will pay for your nursing home if you have Medicaid after they take your house and use it for your nursing home. Okay? Yeah. They'll cover your wheelchair. They will cover your sleep apnea machine. But they won't cover you to go to hire or have a trainer, personal trainer. Insurance will not cover that. But they'll wait for your lungs and your breathing to be affected, and you can't sleep well and you can't breathe well, and then they'll cover that CPAP machine. Which one do you want? Do you want to get there with them and fight them? Right now, I have a lady who has been coming to the clinic. There's something we call hemoglobin. It's low. That means she's anemic. And they want her to go get iron infusion. That's what they will cover. But they will not cover her detox infusion, which will remove the toxins from her system. And she's been going back and forth with the insurance company. They're still not covering it until she started having chest pain. Because if you're anemic, that means you have reduced number of blood cells that carry oxygen, number one, and number two, nutrition to your brain, to your major organs, heart, kidney, all the major organs. You don't have oxygen and you don't have nutrients. So she started having chest pain, dizzy, brain fog, fatigue, always tired, can't play with her children, can't even carry them, so weak. But day after day, you're on the phone with the insurance for them to cover it. So when she dies, what happens? How is she going to enjoy her children? How is she going to enjoy her family? The unnecessary loss. Okay? So you have to weigh the benefit, what you want to commit and leave to the hands of the insurance company. So when they say, oh, your hemoglobin is low, you need to start taking, we're going to send you to IV clinic to get iron infusion. How do I prevent this anemia from happening? How can I make sure that my red blood cells are enough?
Before you go into that, let's just take a water break.
Okay.
Are you thinking of how to publish your book on Amazon, or how to get your published book to become an Amazon bestseller book? Dip Insight Books is the perfect in-between solution in transforming your ideas into a book. We can help you with all the complicated parts of publishing, such as process TO transformation. What we do: full manuscript evaluation, receive quality assurance edit, full copy edit and final proofread to remove spelling and grammar mistakes, oversee your cover design, create your interior layout, publish and distribute your book, lock down your marketing strategy. Ghostwriting, where there is no manuscript. Our goal is to help you publish your book promptly. Contact us today at 404-740-9091. Email us at info@dipinsightworld.com. To start the submission process, check us out at www.books.dipinsightworld.com and submit your details. you can visit our Facebook page at Dip Insight World.
Welcome back. Thank you. That was an exciting episode. And like you rightly said, the health insurance will not take care of the preventive side of medicine. So you'll rather take care of yourself, ensuring that you have a preventive care. So, and leaving your health in the hands of health insurance is very risky. Like you rightly said, living healthy is living intentional and being determined. It takes discipline to do all that you've mentioned. So, in living in great health, being in top of health is in our hands. So, we've got to work it out, be disciplined, be intentional, and be determined to make it work. Back to you, ma'am.
All right. So, we're talking about anemia, for example. So, as a holistic practitioner, I was talking about how I used to practice in the Western world because I only had two tools, and all Western medicine doctors and practitioners only have those two tools. That's what we went to, that's what we paid for, to know how to prescribe. So you have anemia, I'll give you iron, iron tablets or iron infusion if it's very bad. If it's really, really, really bad, it's going to kill you, then I'll give you iron infusion. If you have high blood pressure, I'll give you one medicine to start with. 3 months of 6 months, increase the dose. After 1 year, increase the dose. If it's still high, I'll add the second one. And then now I'm focusing on the second one. Increase the dose, increase the dose. When it maxed out, I add the third one. If it's still very high, take this one only when it's really, really very, 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 very high. But I know it's still going to be very high. So that's why people are on 2 to 3 blood pressure medications. So you and I know that those medications do not reverse high blood pressure. Okay? The blood pressure medicine most of them will relax the walls of the blood vessels so the blood can flow. But the very thing that is inside the blood vessel that is blocking the blood from flowing, the blood pressure medicine does not touch it. And when I recommend, I know botanicals through Eastern medicine, because after all that degree, I still have to go back and learn about botanicals, Eastern medicine, Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, and all this alternative therapy, how the body really works. Then when I now tell you this is the botanicals to take, you need to do lymphatic drainage because your lymph nodes are blocked and you have a lot of toxins in your body. Insurance don't even have a code for it to communicate. So that's the first thing they do. No code for them. FDA is not on board. So you're already out. And the goal, so these botanicals, for example, for blood pressure, is to clean the inside of the blood vessel so that the blood can flow freely. They're not fast. My own mother, I had to give her the botanicals for more than a year. And now her blood pressure is normal after 1 year. She has Kaiser insurance, and Kaiser gave her blood pressure machine to go and be checking her blood pressure every day for 30 days, patient monitoring. And they were reading it from their end. Now her blood pressure is fine. But all this 1 year, if it was somebody, I have some patients that dropped off and say, oh, it's not working because they couldn't keep up with it. They were still waiting for insurance to cover it. Until today, they're still taking blood pressure medicine. Okay? So, weight loss is not just about looking skinny. It's your heart.
Yes, can I find out? They take this medicine for so long. What's the side effects? Is there any side effects or it's just numb?
A whole lot of side effects. Yeah. Most common, nausea, vomiting, irritability. Some people, because and then while they are taking it, the blood pressure issue, the hypertension can grow worse and cause other problems, lead to stroke, lead to numbness, lead to nerve problems, lead to blindness, and all these complications. People have stroke in their sleep. They don't know. They wake up with one-sided weakness while they're waiting on when they keep taking these medications. The same with diabetes. Those are the two common. CDC says 6 out of 10 have chronic diseases in this country. That's a lot. And the complication is enormous. Complication of diabetes, it could affect the heart. They could have a stroke. They could just die from it. Because
so why do they prescribe it?
I told you we only have 2 tools in our toolbox. What else? We have no alternative.
Oh my God.
Is it that you take prescription medication?
I go for surgery.
Or surgery. There is no surgery for high blood pressure until your heart is their heart is totally blocked, and they might put a stent, right, to keep the blood vessel open. Meanwhile, you could have taken botanicals that will chip off the toxin, chip off the plaque, and make the blood vessel free so the blood can flow. But they're going to wait till it's completely blocked, and then they will tell the patient, you have a 1st-degree block or 2nd-degree block or 3rd-degree block, and we have to put a stent in your heart, in the blood vessel, so the blood can flow, so it doesn't block. There is no provision. There is no provision for it. So, which is why I'm in holistic medicine, because I see opportunity. I see many things in between prescription medication and surgery. Not everybody needs surgery. Not every fibroid needs surgery. First of all, if it's not bothering you, you don't have to bother it. But let's say somebody, I see a lot of people, they get pregnant even with fibroid. But a lot of people, it's bothering them. They're bleeding, they're anemic, they're passing out, they can't work. Okay, they're having chest pain because of worse. Some people bleed for a whole month. And all we give them is a medication called Listida. That Listida, your OBGYN will give it to you. Start taking it the day before your period, so to reduce the flow. But if you still want to have a baby, like I said earlier, you don't want to do surgery, so you're stuck. So for that,
does the fibroid stop you from having a baby? Because no. I know that some fibroid does not stop you.
It doesn't stop you. It doesn't stop you. But some people it does, depending on where the fibroid is situated. Okay. Some are inside the muscle, some are inside the layer of the uterus. So it depends on where the fibroid is situated and how big it is. And how
do you get to know where they are? Whether they are wrongly placed?
No, when we do ultrasound.
Okay.
It will tell us where it is.
So you're advising that if it's not disturbing you, you don't need to bother it?
Don't bother if it's not bothering you. Leave it alone.
For how long?
Forever.
But some of us want to keep a flat tummy.
Okay. Then you have a reason to say it's bothering you. Yeah, you have a reason. Yeah, if you have a reason, and then so once you identify the reason, and then you reason out with your practitioner, and then you can both decide, is it worth the stress? Right? Is it worth the benefit and the risk? Which one is more? And then you can make that decision. Now, if it's like large and you're bleeding and it's really affecting you and you're anemic all the time, constantly weak and tired, of course you want to take it out.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So with botanicals, we go to the root cause. Okay, that's why we cannot wait. So somebody is full of toxins, inflammation in your gut. You have to cleanse your gut. You have to constantly remove toxins. Insurance is not going to pay to take care of your gut health. There's something we call, leaky gut syndrome. The lining of your gut is supposed to be tight, like this knuckles, tight, no space in between. But when you have abundant hostile bacteria and enormous inflammation, it starts to break the tight junctions, and create holes in between the lining of your gut, of your intestine. And so toxins going through into your bloodstream. And you know our blood have, defense system, your white blood cell, that your defense. So they're always at war. Okay, toxins coming, food coming, everything coming through to the blood. And so they're so overwhelmed and they keep fighting. And then you go to your doctor and say you have autoimmune disorder. And they put you on steroid that will now kill all the healthy bacteria you have, a little bit that is left.
And even make you add flesh. You become obese.
And then you add more weight. And then your heart is now like, this is too much for me.
Oh my God.
Okay? So, but with holistic, now I'm going to think about how to help. I'm going to ask about, okay, what is the cause of this fighting that is going on in your body? Okay, let's take care of your gut. First of all, let's find a way to multiply the good, the good bacteria. There's no prescription to improve and rapidly multiply your good bacteria, your friendly bacteria. There's no way. Your over-the-counter probiotics is not the answer. You have to intentionally help them multiply. You have to intentionally remove toxins constantly, because we put them in plastic bottle, the deodorant we use, air freshener, everything that we eat. The apple is shining, the watermelon is pink today, is red tomorrow, is stringy today, is chewy tomorrow. All kinds of chemicals that we ingest. They inject the chicken. How come the chicken is always slimy? Think about it. Okay, everything is polluted. So we take all these toxins and we cannot get rid of them as much as they're coming to us. There is no prescription for that. Insurance will not cover that. So that's how you have to relate with what is really going on. So don't get mad. Don't be upset with your insurance company. They have a limitation. Okay? They will cover your steroid. But listen, the side effect of that steroid, you have knee pain. They inject steroid. That will make you, gain weight. It will destroy your immune system. Now your body can't fight. But that is all the option they have. That's what FDA has approved. And that's what there's a code to bill for. So I am taking care of the root cause. Why is this person fighting himself or herself? Why is her body fighting? How do I prevent those toxins and food particles from getting into the blood? First of all, I have to remove the toxin from the blood, the one that already escaped into the blood. I have to remove it. So when you come to me, insurance can help us. Okay? Because my goal is to say, okay, why is this person fighting? How do I stop this? How do I remove what's already there? How do I prevent further attacks? Further insult? Always look at this picture. You wake up and your kitchen floor is flooded. So you grab a towel and put it on the floor and you keep mopping. You keep mopping. You never look up to say, well, where's the water coming from? The faucet is running. Turn it off. Turning off that faucet is holistic medicine. Your Western medicine, your primary care is mopping the floor, taking care of the symptoms. My knee hurts, take steroid. My blood pressure is high, take blood pressure medicine. My A1C is high, take metformin. Whatever you say, take the towel, keep mopping. But doctor, let's turn the faucet off. I don't have the tool. FDA has not approved that we turn off the faucet. There is no CPT code. If I turn off the faucet, who's going to pay me? There's no code to bill for turning off your faucet. They will pay me well to keep mopping the floor. That's how it is.
So that means the people who come to see you, After they've tried the English medicine, the medication, they come back for the herbs.
Yes. Because that's how we turn off the faucet, so that it will stop, in that way. Like I said, the herbs, the botanicals, because some people say, oh, I take my garlic and my ginger. We're not talking about garlic and ginger, friends. We're talking about real traditional Asian, Chinese medicine and Ayurveda, Asian, and nutrition to reverse diseases. So when I say nutrition, I don't mean you're one a day under 40, one a day under 50, one a day over the counter. I'm not talking about those things.
Eating it healthy.
Eating healthy. And also, even when we eat healthy, now the soil is depleted of nutrition, of nutrients.
Yeah, and we have fertilizers.
Right, and you have a whole bunch of chemicals. An apple a day makes the doctor broke, because when they keep you away from the doctor is going to be broke soon. What I mean by that is that one apple that keeps you away from the doctor back in the day had a lot of nutrients. Maybe let's say it has maybe 5,000. I'm just making up number. Maybe let's say it has 5,000 of vitamin C or 3,000 of vitamin C, which is enough for your daily body need. In today's apple, after you clean the shiny and the fertilizer and the chemicals in it, you have to eat like 10 of those to get half of what is in that one apple that we used to have. The quality of the nutrient and the quantity is depleted. So the soil does not have what it used to have. So when I talk about nutritional supplements, what I give to my clients will be what you actually get when you eat berries, your phytonutrients, your flavonoids, those things that are inside, the real benefits of eating your fruits and vegetables is what I supplement with. So it's not your vitamin C, vitamin B, biotin, B12, all those things. No, I'm not talking about those things. So I'm supplementing your nutritional food. Okay? So when I give you something for your gut health, it's something that will help multiply your good microbiome, because the more diverse, the more variant they are, the more healthier you will be.
Sure. Awesome. That's a great one.
Yes.
Getting to know that your preventive medicine lies in your hand. The doctors will always wait, the HMOs will always wait for you to break down. And you don't want to get a level where you break down. So it's in our hands to take care of ourselves. And it is said, health is wealth.
Okay.
So in making the money you want to make this year, you've got to keep your health at the highest peak.
Yes.
You've got to watch it. You've got to take care. Intentionally be disciplined and be determined to eat the right meal and stop your junk meals.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that eating the right meals will stop it. Like she rightly said, it's already contaminated. They're already injected. There's a lot of fertilizer, a lot of, prevent toxins in them. And so we get to eat them. And it's a cycle, like you rightly said, but doing the right thing, having a holistic medicine, going for herbs, making sure you are healthy, you're preventing those fallouts, those breakdown is critical than waiting for you to start the curative medicine. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And I also want to thank our viewers and also thank you. I don't know if you have any word you want to say before we wrap this session, but it's been very educative, very mind-blowing for me.
Thank you for having me. Let's say my supplements, I order it once a month. And one day, one of the MAs in the office said, "Oh, I can't afford that. 400 a month? I cannot afford that." And I said, "This is what I cannot afford. A trip to the ER. I can't afford it. The time to wait there and the bill that I will receive after the visit is what I cannot afford. Number two, a night at the hospital is what I cannot afford. So I'd rather just spend this little, because if you go to the hospital, you're going to pay more than $400.
Sure.
If you go to ER, you're going to spend 6 hours, 8 hours there, and the bill you're going to receive is definitely going to be more than $400. That is what I cannot afford. This is why I take care of myself. I cannot afford to be sick. I cannot afford to be down. I cannot afford not to fulfill purpose. I cannot afford not to enjoy the fruit of my labor. I cannot afford to shortchange myself, because health is wealth. So you have to make that decision. Do you want to prevent or you want to treat? Prevention is not just better, it's also cheaper.
True.
Cure is cheaper. At the end of the day, it's cheaper. The cost of dialysis is way more expensive than $400 a month. The cost of your hospitalization or nursing home, all those things.
And they also leave pains.
Pains, hospitalization, not able to play with your kids, not able to travel, not able to fly, not able to sleep, stroke, all those things. Those things are way more expensive than prevention. So prevention is the key. Take care of yourself, exercise, create time to exercise, and eat healthy, and drink water, and sleep, manage stress. If you need help, come for help. We have payment plans. The goal is to get you to fulfill purpose and to fulfill your destiny.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Great ending. It's cheaper to have preventive medicine and health as well. So, and that's what we're talking about: making money, managing money, and also multiplying money. We want to save as much as we can. So you want to save from spending so much on health. So it is rather cheaper to have preventive medicine than having curative medicine. Thank you so much, Dr. Feyi, Agbeyomi. And just in case you want to reach out to Dr. Feyi, Agbeyomi, she has, you have a clinic somewhere in Norcross or where?
Yes, Life Guide Healthcare is a holistic primary care. We do weight loss, IV hydration. We have a med spa. It's located in Lilburn, Georgia, 656 Indian Trail off of Lawrenceville Highway. We're in Suite 208.
Can you leave a comment? Do you have a session? You can leave your address. Should anybody wants to reach you, and if they can reach me or you, they can at least find it at the comment section.
Oh, right. Sure, we can.
So while you're doing that, I also want to leave our contact details. Should you want to reach us? So thank you so much for this session. Very great session. And if you're just joining us, please kindly go back and watch the video again from the beginning. She said a whole lot, and this will be a great one for you. It will help you prevent you from spending that savings that you've kept aside for something great. So reach out to Dr. Feyi Agbeyomi and do have a nice and a blessed evening. Till our next episode next week, Friday. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.